in continuation of the discussion of Republic Act No. 11650, we will now move on to the Section 12, which focuses on the Individualized Education Plan or IEP. Now, what is Individualized Education Plan? It is a personal roadmap, meaning every student with a disability or special needs must have their own written IEP. So this law recognizes that every learner is different. So their education should be planned based on their individual academic needs, not one-size-fits-all approach. Moving on, let's talk about what's inside an IEP. So, the law requires IEP to be written and formally documented. It lists the students' current skills, their goal for the year, and exactly what extra help they will get. A good example of this is therapy, learning accommodations, and modified activities that will fit the individual academic needs of learners. The IEP reflects the law's whole-of-community approach, meaning collaboration here is very important because the IEP is made by a group, the regular teacher, the SPED teacher, the parents, and most especially the student. So by working together, they ensure that the plan reflects both the learner's individual academic needs and real-life situation. The law considers IEP as a legal document. Because of that, the school is legally required to follow what is written in the IEP. Failure to follow the IEP may be considered as a violation of learners' right of inclusive education. The IEP requires an annual update because it is not a one-time paper. It must be reviewed and changed every year as the child grows. This ensures continuous monitoring of the learner's progress and allows adjustment to goals, strategies, and services as the child grows and their needs change.
So moving on to the Section 16, which is Advisory Committee for Education of Learners with Disabilities. So aside from teachers and or principals or even LGUs in the community, these special students or a child has its own community under the Republic Act. And then, what do you mean by this advisory? So this advisory under this act is to act as the voice for students with disabilities within the Department of Education. So the committee itself will monitor the following. It's either asa sila naglisudapit, asa pwede ma-improve o kanus ma-improve. So they are the one to look for those special child or special students nga ay kani siya murag need niya siya o something, ay kani siya murag mas comfortable siya in a way like this. So they are the voice of those special children. Then in this article it said that which shall be composed of representatives from various disability sectors and a representative from the academy is hereby created. So under this article, of course, as what I've said, na sila representative, the committee is made up of representatives from different disability sectors according to the IRR or the implementing of rules and regulations. So the the committee is composed of 7 members who represent the following sectors. So we have here the 5 sectoral representatives. So 1 representative from each group is focusing on sensory disabilities or visual or hearing impairment. And then intellectual disabilities, psychosocial disabilities, physical or mobility disabilities, and learning disabilities from other neurodevelopmental conditions, and experts from academia. Subject to prior consultation with organization of persons with disabilities, other NGOs, and relevant stakeholders regarding the composition of committee and the qualification and terms of office of the members, the DepEd, with 60 days from the effectivity of this act, shall issue the necessary orders on the creation and composition of the committee, and direct the department, bureaus, and its attached agencies to extend the necessary assistance and cooperation to the committee in the performance of its function. The composition of the committee and the qualification and terms of office of its members shall be stated in the IRR of this Act. The committee is independent from the DepEd, and its members shall not be entitled to any compensation in the performance of their functions. So again, in this section, they are the people who act as the voice of those special children, because of course they need to monitor them, to also look for them, and that is really nice, to have like that. Even though they are special children, it doesn't mean that they will stop or they are not able to go to school, because there are a lot of people that is willing to help them. And for the section 18, continuing research to identify the needs of learners with disabilities. So under this section, the DepEd, through the advisory committee by itself or in a collaboration with relevant national government agencies and the private sector, shall undertake continuing research to identify the design strategies and programs that shall meet the diverse needs of learners with disabilities. So this is also one of the connection under the section 16. So in this section, that's why they are really important. The committee itself is really important, because they are going to look for improvements or asay pwede na to ma-progress ani, so that makahelp sila sa those special students. So it's really nice kay there are a lot of people really going to help them. Dili kay pasabot nga nag-eskwela lang sila. No, it's not just like that. Section 25, which is protection of learners with disabilities. So of course, especially in public schools, sa mga bullying. But under the section 25, very important, it's protection of learners with disabilities. So the Secretary shall issue policies and guidelines for implementation at governance levels of DepEd to protect the learners with disabilities within the ILRC and school premises against neglect, abuse, cruelty, or exploitation, bullying, discrimination, and other acts of conditions. So you are not allowed to bully them, especially discrimination. Sign kanang discrimination very sign ra kana buhaton diri kung maingon lang ko, like discrimination. I think even though you're normal people, you can receive discrimination. How about them that they are special children? So it's easy man good to people to discriminate somebody without looking their self.
Section 26, Procedural Safeguards, or the Parents' Right. This section focuses on the rights of parents. This section is important because parents are considered partners in their child's education. Parents have the right to look at their child's school records so they can clearly understand what their child's progress, needs, and services being provided. They must also be informed and included in every meeting regarding their child's placement or educational decisions. This ensures that decisions are not made without parents' knowledge or consent. In case of disagreements between the parent and the school, this section requires a fast and fair way to resolve issues. This is important because delays can affect the child's learning and development. Section 27, the Child Fine System. In Section 27 discusses the Child Fine System. This system is important because it ensures that no child with special needs is left behind. Schools and barangays are required to actively search for children with special needs who are not enrolled in school. This includes children and youth from ages 3 to 24. Barangay health workers play a key role in identifying families who may have children with special needs, and all identified children are recorded in the Learner Information System. This database helps the government plan effectively by providing enough teachers, therapists, and support services in the community.
And that's all for RA 11650. I hope that you have learned something, and thank you for listening.